Hey guys, hope y'all are doing good. I am super happy to share with you some new products I've got. Got 2 cards. Actually, I didn't even plan this, but it turned out they used the same sentiment set. So I'm going to show you a couple of things, a couple of new products and some things to make these cute cards. So I'm going to start with this card. And it is made with some new products that are actually available on the 15th, which is in a few days, Friday. So on February the 15th, we've got new celebration items coming out. So these are items that you can earn with a $50 purchase. And we've got a cool stamp set that you can use with the Stamparatus. An embossing folder, which I didn't have this to show last time. I just showed you the folder last week, but I've since then embossed with it, and it's just stunning. Super nice. Hey there, someone's watching. Hey Tiana. So that's that. Now, this is this other stamp set, but those are not what we're talking about. We're going to talk about this group of products called Painted Seasons. So the stamp set and the paper is free with a $100 purchase starting on February the 15th. Now, just so you'll know, if you are a happy shopper, hey Susie, then you can purchase this outright right now. So you can purchase the stamp set and the paper outright instead of earning it with a $100 purchase. And the same can be said about all of these celebration products. So if you're a happy shopper and you haven't done that yet, and you'd rather purchase them than earn them, then you need to do that by the 14th. So this is this set of products, and it is a very pretty stamp set. It's got it's got spring, summer, fall, Christmas. So basically, like it says, Painted Seasons. And then the paper that goes with it, you've got 12 sheets, but you've got 3 each of 4 designs. So you've got one that's like little succulents with a cute monochromatic background. I showed you this last week, but it's all very pretty paper. That's the 4th pattern. So just out of this world. Oh, that's the 4th pattern. We've got the Christmas pattern. And then you see when you flip it over, you've got these monochromatic patterns. Very pretty. I'm in love. So this and that paper is free with the $100 purchase. But what's really mind-blowing is a set of framelits that's out. Now, this is what's called on something called Celebration Coordination. And that's different than the celebration items that you can earn. This starts on March 1st for customers, okay? For happy shoppers can order it right now. Hey, Shelley Barton Pratt. So happy shoppers can buy these things right now. And we're focusing tonight on this story label punch and the 4 season framelits. Well, I'm not even going to use these, but I just want you to know that there are some framelits that are going to match this stamp set. And you can buy them March 1st, or if you're a happy shopper, you can get them now. So if you can't wait, you know what I'm going to tell you. You need to get your starter kit, which is $175 for $99. And you could get probably just about everything on there right now for $175. Remember, too, there are now framelits also on this celebration coordination that go with the frogs, the cake, and the lily set. And then also a new stamp set that coordinates with all of the frog, lilies, and cake stamp sets. So lots of fun things to see there. So we're going to start by making this card. I actually made this for a swap, and it turned out really pretty. I was happy with it. So the colors you're going to use are Gray Granite, Pineapple Punch, Call Me Clover, Lemon Lime Twist, and Balmy Blue. So those are the colors we're going to use. And you're going to start with a base, which is 11, oh, I said 11 by 4 1/4, but it can go either way. This is actually 5.5 by 8.5. It doesn't matter which way you do it. It's no matter either way. And I cut a piece that fits earlier, so y'all wouldn't have to watch me do that. But the piece is 5 by 3 3/4. Oops, actually that one's not. Where did I put that little nugget? Well, it doesn't matter. It can be 5 1/4 by 4. You get the drift. But if you like a little bit of extra on the outside, then you can follow this and do it 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to start with the stamp, which is the flower. It's this one. And, or actually it looks like a succulent. But these are distinctive stamps. So they are kind of multi-layered just by the way they're created. And what you're going to do is I started with the lightest color first, so you can kind of be a little bit less concerned about how you wash your stamps. So let me try something and just see. I've already inked with these quite a bit, so they may not do what I'm trying to show you, but there's a way to do this and then a way to make it better. So if you stamp and you feel like your stamp is kind of mottled and not really very, you can't really see the definition, then you can take your ink, your bone folder, and just push the ink from the inside of the pad towards the outside and make it a little bit lighter. And you can see I've got a little gunk on there. So on this particular case, I've used the ink pad quite a bit, so I'll just get it from the outside. But if you ever see one that's kind of mottled or kind of not where you don't see the definition of the stamps, then you need to use your bone folder to do that. It'll probably happen at some point tonight with one of our colors. So we're going to start by adding in some of these pineapple punch flowers. And then I put my chamois in the sink to get wet. So you're going to use your chamois to clean off your stamp. And you're going to go with your lemon lime twist. Oh, I dripped water on my card. It'll be extra fancy. Let's see. And one there. I'm going to try to cover up that overstamp that I did. And I think this one will give us a good example maybe of that situation where, see how it's kind of mottly looking? That's from the outside where there's a lot of ink, and when I go on the inside, it's much more defined. So I don't know if you can see that, but you can definitely, if you're not getting a real good look, then you need to go push it towards the middle and push it towards the outsides and stamp right in the middle. So now you've got your lemon lime layer in there. And you're going to go to Call Me Clover. So you got one big pretty one here. One over here. Ooh, I'm just making a mess tonight. And that's probably good. I think I'm going to stop there. Then I'm going to add in some of these little elements here. It's actually, I think, probably snowflakes on the stamp, but I actually copied this off of the celebration brochure. I simplified it some. It was a little bit harder card, but I simplified it some. So you don't have to re-ink it every time, and you're just putting some of these little elements in there just for a little visual interest. Then that's all the flower stamping you're going to do. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment. And this is the story of the story. So we've got our story label punch. And of course it coordinates with the free celebration item that's currently available called Part of My Story. And I didn't really know this at first. I just guessed if this matched, and it totally does. So each one of these fits in here really well. And then this one actually fits in this way. So super awesome. And we're going to use this gray granite. I just thought that there was so many pretty colors on the card that I didn't really want the sentiment to be overshadowed by the card. Or I didn't want the sentiment to overshadow the card. So you're going to stamp that. Then pop it into your story punch. If you like this, give me a like and a share. We'll certainly have a drawing for a prize. Like it and share it. All right. Now, the other thing that I've already done is I've cut out with my layering circles, framelets. I've cut out the back side of some of that paper. And you've got this kind of Greek, I don't know what that's called, some kind of Greek look. I've got some lemon lime twist ribbon from the annual catalog, which is one of my favorites. I think I've been through multiple rows of that. And then you're going to punch out a few Call Me Clover, whatever these are called, leaf things. All right, now just a little trick on how I put down this ribbon like that. So what I do is first I grab my tear and tape, probably about this much. And then I'm just going to make a little Z. Tilt it a little bit. And then no one's going to see what's underneath all this because I've got a lot to add there. So then I just use my tear and tape to stick that down. Greek key, thanks Tiana. I knew it was something. And then you're going to add this on with dimensionals. And then pop this up with dimensionals. Our white paper is so thick that you can stamp on both sides and it doesn't even show. All right, so there's that. Super gorgeous. And then you're gonna pop in these little leaf things. I do these after I have everything laid down because I can kind of guide where I want them to go. I'm gonna put that one right there. Did my glue dot, that happens sometimes where your glue dot doesn't actually come off. There we go. One. Stick this one underneath. So I put it underneath all that other stuff, just kind of prettiness. And then the last thing you're going to do are, these are another celebration item. They are the butterfly elements. So you can see you get a ton of these that are free with a $50 purchase. I'm currently collecting bunches of these because I just think they're fun. So you're just going to pop on a little flower with a glue dot. And I actually just put the glue dot on one of the leaves because that's all that's going to really come to contact with your card. The rest of it's just kind of floating in thin air. Then this whole situation is going to go down. It's pretty heavy, so I went ahead and put a fair amount of snail on there. Voila. So, love it. And these sentiments in part of my story, I think, are just choice. They've got, let's get together and giggle. The world needs more people like you. Here's to those who inspire us and don't even know it. I'm so glad you're a part of my story. Know that today a friend is thinking of you and you're my chosen family. So the story on the story is that in the summer, I got a call from Stampin' Up! And they asked if I would be willing to come out to Salt Lake City and be a part of a story team, which, of course, I had no idea what they were talking about, but I was like, yes. I mean, you don't have to ask me twice to take a trip to Salt Lake City. So they whisked us out in the middle of summer under secret. We were not supposed to tell anyone. And we were pampered in a spa for the weekend with 9 other demonstrators. They interviewed us first just for a few days and then live on a video. And that video was used at our 30th anniversary celebration. So I've had super fun time doing that. I've made 10 of my best friends, well, 9, me being one of them. And we had a blast. So that stamp set and this punch, the story punch, will just be kind of etched in my heart because I was able to be on that first story team. And on my blog today, I've got a clip from the video that I was able to make there. So if you'd like to see it, then you can go to papermadeprettigirl.com and see that video. It was just outstanding. Oh, I made one more card with that set of products. This is what I think would be more fallish, but it was just super quick and easy using that little mushroom paper. So loving that. All right. Now the next stamp set, which is my product of the week that I'm going to talk about, is the flowering desert. And it is to die for. At first I was like, really, cactuses? But I love a good stamp set that challenges me. And so I started out with it. I was a little scared of it because it's not my typical thing, but I have fallen in love with it. And I think if you purchase it, you will do the same. It's just one of those stamp sets that kind of keeps you going and making more and more things. So the dimensions on this card I've got here, you can see. You're going to use, I actually used Calypso Coral on this card with Blushing Bride. I've made a version of it with Calypso Coral designer paper, and this is actually Flirty Flamingo designer paper. So I don't know if you know where these papers come from, but we have wonderful Subtles Designer Series paper stacks, and they come in all the subtle colors, and they're just stripes and polka dots and all kinds of wonderfulness in these packs. And so it's $11, and you get 4, I don't know how many you get of each, but it's, let's see, I'm guessing it would be, I think you get 2 of each, yeah. So you get 2 of each design, front and back, if that makes sense. So you've got 2 sets of polka dots, 2 sets of stripes for each color. And of course that comes in all the color families as well as the in color families. So, and there's 4 sheets of each color, so I do recommend you buy multiples of these when you buy them, because you're just going to run out and want more. So I'm going to start with a couple little slivers of the designer paper so it can go a long way. Stick this down to the top level here, and then this littler strip is going to go down here. Now your white layer is going to cover over that a tiny bit. That's fine. It's just easier than trying to match it up perfectly. Does that make sense? So I just lined it up with the very edge of this smaller strip, and then this strip just shows. Now we're going to stamp our cactuses. So I usually start with the center part first. That just seems a little bit easier for me. And I've already got all these cactus parts on the blocks. So I'm going to pull these out. There's quite a few stamps, but it's worth it. And as you can see, if you only have a couple blocks, you need to just get some more. They're not expensive, so go ahead and invest in some extra blocks for yourself. You need to spend $50 so you can get one of these things for free anyway. All right, so you're going to use this big cactus piece for the middle, and then you're looking for your circular cactus piece. It's going to make its little arm. And then you've got a thinner cactus piece right here coming off. And then you've got a tiny little cactus arm here. Then you've got, you're going to, well, let's do those last. Let's just do all our cactuses first. Our cacti. So you're going to do one right here. And you're going to do another one. Maybe I won't need that one since I just dropped it on the floor. And then you've got your little squatty little one here. And then your tiny little one here. So you got all your cacti. And when I made multiples of these, I made it on a Stamparatus and it worked really well. So I did this for a swap and it worked fantastically. And you definitely want to use your Stampin' Pierce mat underneath this because you've got quite a bit of, you need that cushion behind these solid stamps. So you're inking this with Tranquil Tide. It's very vivid. And then you're just going to go and put a little thinner one here. Actually just copied this off of one of the pages in the catalog. Hey, Chris Haskins. Stamping with a cactus tonight. All right, now we're going to put in our little green, glue dots. We're going to put in our green fronds and actually stamp those off. They're pretty subtle. They're going to go here and about here. So just a little element there. Now you're going to do all your little cactus flowers. I'm going to get this out of the way so I can stamp off over here. So some of them are full strength and then some of them are stamped off. So you can go ahead and like do a full strength one here and then a less strengthy one, half strength, and then you've actually got an even smaller one here. You can layer them up. So now we're missing that one little guy. Does everybody have a flower now? All right, and then the last thing that I probably wouldn't have done if I had not copied it. Hey, Leslie Brandt, is some crumb cake. I don't even know what these are. They're like just little pricklies. We'll just call them little pricklies. And they just kind of go lightly through the whole middle part of your card. I just stamped them here and there. Probably would have stamped off on that one, but it's all good. I'll give it a one over here. So you just kind of got that going all the way through, and I think I will take it off a little bit off the edges over there. So just some little fun elements in there. Now all you're going to do is snail adhesive on this layer. So remember, we're going to line it up with that bottom thing and let that overlap a little bit. That's fine if that overlaps. In fact, it's just easier. And then we're going to use this braided linen trim. This linen trim is in the was in the holiday catalog, but it's on the carryover list, which means that it's still available for purchase. And the item number is 147808. So if you need to put that on your list, then go ahead. So you're just tying a knot here. I did use the thinner linen trim on my other card, but I'm all out of it, so we're going to use this kind on this card. I just love it. It adds a little something, but without like taking it away, because it's this pretty neutral color. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment on our little sliver of paper that has jumped away from me. Where are you, little piece of paper? So we'll just cut another one. It's usually quicker for me just to cut a new one than to find the missing piece. So it is a, it is 3 3/4 by 3. So you're just going to go to the 3/4 mark here by 3. I'll find it when I'm cleaning up, no doubt. All right, does that ever happen to you? Do you lose something? Hey, Susie Jones, thank you. Do you ever lose things when you craft? I'm like the queen of losing things when I craft. It's just comical. Let's see, part of my story. Where did you go? Here it is. Did I get that stamp out? I sure did. Speaking of losing things, I was so organized that I've confused myself. Where is it? All right, we're going to just use Let's Get Together and Giggle instead. How about that? Dun, 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 dun. We did a lot of giggling at our retreat. It was hysterical. I mean, just laughing so hard you want to puke giggling. Now, we do want to give it a little extra space over here. Aw, that's so cute. Then you're going to do your little... Yes, always, all the time. Y'all remember to like and share for our prize drawing. So you're going to clip off a little bit of that. And then this is going to go right like this, so that your bow is just kind of right up against that sentiment. And I think should work if we just kind of put a couple dimensionals right up next to that bow. There we go. So super cute card made with the Painted Season, Flowering Desert stamp set. These stamp sets are similar in my mind. So there are so many options that you could do. You could purchase the desert stamp set with some of this designer papers and inks and earn $50 to get your story, part of my story set for free. You can also purchase, if you're a happy shopper, or if you'd like to get a starter kit, you can purchase the Painted Season bundle. And then you can also purchase the coordinating framelits and on the other things that I was showing tonight on the Celebration pre-release. So I would love for you to join my group. My Stampin' Up! Story is amazing. I started in 2000 and started stamping in 2000, joined in 2006, and in 2015 started having classes, and I never imagined what Stampin' Up! Could do for me. So you might think it would be interesting and fun to start your Stampin' Up! Story. And the good news is you can start it with getting $175 in products for only $99 right now. And your story can include the new Painted Seasons bundle. So, but let me assure you that your story is not going to stop with stamps and ink and paper. It will go on towards friendships and trips and wonderful experiences that you'll have stamping with us and with people all over the world. So thanks for watching, and I will put a link in the information about how to join my group and get your starter kit. Okay, thanks. Bye.